Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. We're back.
Are we here?
Yep.
After
That show for Chicago sports.
one of the most unexplainable football moves I may have ever seen in my 30 years of life, Matt Eberflus is inventing ways to try and get himself fired.
Oh, yeah.
But the question is, have the Chicago Bears finally seen enough to fire Matt Eberflus? My God, if you haven't, what are you looking at? And also, we got to talk about Caleb Williams, the ups and downs, the ride of a rookie quarterback, but a rookie quarterback developing in one of the most inexplicable coaching situations that I've ever seen in my life. How good is this kid actually going to be? We got to talk about all that more in today's episode of The Morning Breeze. The date is 11/29/2024. It's 7:02 in the morning, and I'm full of misery, not turkey. Let's go. There's also a gnat just crawling on the screen, just checks out. Oh, he's on the camera. You bastard. Get out of here, man.
Maybe he can head coach.
He's got about the same memory as Matt Eberflus does right now. Oh, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love, man, to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Real talk. I need y'all to go ahead and do me a favor and
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
y'all heard what Sue Young said. Push the button. Oh, Jordan JC, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, back at it again. Pat the designer here with you for another Morning Breeze. This is. I don't even know what this is, bro. This is a new way to take L's. That's what Matt Eberflus is doing after yesterday. Caleb Williams leading you back, driving you down, putting you in a position to at least try to tie the game. Now, a lot of shooting yourself in the foot on a drive, but a young quarterback overcoming those moments, overcoming your head coach, possibly having the worst coach game of his NFL career. By the way, there's a lot to choose from.
Oh, boy.
Matt Eberflus inexplicably, for once, not throwing the challenge flag when it looked like a Detroit Lion clearly stepped on the line. Why not take a look there? Well, we don't want to throw in our timeouts there. It's an inexplicable play. We got to make sure we've got our timeouts for the end of the game. By the way, we're not going to use it. Overcomes a Keenan Allen unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Overcomes, by the way, Keenan, you got to shave the sides, bro. When that helmet came off,
too gruffy, huh?
bro, when that helmet came off and you just saw like the George Jefferson shadow, I was like, you got to get a little closer than that.
Beef don't care in the kitchen.
It's always stunning when I see him in the locker room because he's normally got a hat on and every now and then it's like, whoa, I forgot about that. You need to make sure that helmet's strapped. But dog, just overcoming that moment, I believe it was an illegal formation penalty on there, overcoming 2 offensive PIs on Cole Kmet, who
God.
brother, It's a pick play. You keep running. It's not you're not Shaq at
It's
the
not
top trying to
basketball.
set it up for Kobe so he can throw you the lob.
Right.
Like I don't know. Yeah. But overcoming all of that just to get you close enough where you're 7 or 8 yards away from the opportunity to go for it sounds like if what I'm seeing and what I'm taking from Caleb Williams' post-game press conference comments is correct, he didn't like the matchup on the play that was called.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they actually got the play into him and he was able to assess, it was, all right, well, we got to get this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
So he audibles to a play to push the football downfield, which I guess you can take something from that, but you never even get the opportunity to kick a field goal there. Just coaching malpractice all around. I mean, at a minimum, you would hope that you, after the sack, take the immediate timeout, throw a quick play. You're going to have about 25 seconds left on the clock after the play. And then you run your field goal unit onto the field. You take a shot. Yes, it's going to be quick. Yes, it's a hurried play, but you're supposed to be practicing that. Cairo Santos said, we practice that. Do you?
Nah, apparently not.
Do you? Because you don't use it in the game in the moment where you need it most. And so the question is, have the Chicago Bears finally seen enough of Matt Eberflus?
If you haven't, at this point, if you're telling me that you haven't seen enough of Matt Eberflus, you're lying to yourself. You have to be blind. I mean, at the very least, there are some very creative ways we are losing these games. You gotta give credit to the creativity.
Generational loser, bro. One of the biggest losers I've ever seen in my life.
The biggest, because we've been crediting just the utter idiocy of this guy. The many ways that you found a way to lose is just blowing my mind to the point where I'm not even affected by it anymore. I mean, I'm sure Bears fans at this point have just callous. Like these I said this last time. These aren't victory glasses anymore. These are funeral glasses. These are the obituary for Matt Eberflus. Say goodbye. Oh, I got a way to say goodbye. It starts today. Say goodbye today. #FireFlus needs to be all over social media because this is utterly ridiculous to the point where you have to, as an organization, understand it is at this point bad for you to keep someone of this much of a generational loser around. You're literally killing your team. You're killing the pride of the organization. If you have any pride, any respect for your organization, oh my God, prime time. That was hilarious yesterday.
Went off. Screaming and fuming. I'm not mad anymore.
Said, you know what? Like 80. You know what? I'm not mad anymore. I'm not mad anymore. Like, are you sure?
I'm not mad anymore.
You was like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. like that you're driving Bears fans insane to the point where they don't even know their own emotions. And that's how I feel. I feel like, okay, mismanagement again. You found a new way to lose. We can go back throughout all the games. You know, you go back to the Washington game. You didn't use any of your timeouts. You didn't get your team prepared for the Hail Mary. You didn't get your team prepared for the play before because you thought it didn't matter to put them in a position to throw the Hail Mary. And then we can go to the next game where you didn't call a timeout, or rather, no, you took the ball out of your quarterback's hands who had 3 amazing plays to get you down the field. And then you said, you know, we're going to play it safe and go for a field goal, even though we had more time there. You didn't utilize that time. So now when your rookie quarterback, who has obviously the decision in his hands to call a timeout, says, you know what, I didn't like the play. We were trying to go for a play where we could get, to the sideline and run something else maybe. Well, hey, by the 12-second time, you should have called a timeout and said, let's regroup and see what we can play. No, your quarterback said I had to go to something that will at least get us a shot at the score, at the end zone. So you see Rome going past us. You say, I was hoping Rome beat his man one-on-one and that he was going to be one-on-one with the safety. And so that for itself, you credit Caleb for, because that's all he had. What else was he going to do with the time that was lapsing? 31 seconds to 5 seconds on the clock is egregious. But we're used to that. We shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised that in the time that it matters the most, in the seconds that matter the most, Matt Eberflus becomes shell-shocked. He gets frozen. He gets shaky, just like Waldron. Like, oh, what do we do? Am I the head coach? I'm just looking at the game over here on the sideline. No utilization of the timeout to get you in position. Also, horrible discipline by the offensive line. I know there were a couple of plays where the defenders came just screaming towards Caleb Williams, uncontested. I don't know what that was, where the defensive ends came from both sides free at the very start of the hike. I'm like, what are we doing? It was utterly egregious. But you know what? That's why Bears fans, again, I say, just take a lens and look at the big picture here. We hope, we pray and we hope that these are the last hours of the Eberflus era. We pray and we hope that this is the last day of the Eberflus era, because you can clearly see that we have a quarterback, as you mentioned before, Pat, in spite of everything that he's tried to do to just continue to make this guy crash and burn like they've done all the other quarterbacks. Caleb has outshined the chaos. He's outshined the insanity. He's outshined the generational loser, trying to make him be a generational losing quarterback. And so that's what I care about. I care about the development, and I care about fire Flus immediately.
And that's, to me, like, that's the problem here, dog. Like, when he's asked about it, when they talk about it, the response you come with is, I think we handled it the right way.
Oh boy.
You're talking about how we want to re-rack the play there. What we want to do, we want to re-rack the play. We thought we had a good play in there. And, basically saying we had a good play. Caleb saw something we didn't, and he should have just ran the play anyway. I think we handled it the right way. Which none of the players seem to agree with that sentiment. DJ Moore, after the game, he talked about, I don't know why we didn't call a timeout. You also had Keenan Allen after that game, basically just throwing the coach. Keenan Allen's like, I'm only here for a year anyway. Let me shoot some people on the way out, see if I can help Caleb out. I feel like we did enough as players to win the game. Foul. like there is a clear divide between how the players feel and how the coaching staff feels. I even give Caleb Williams credit for trying to at least not throw his coach under the bus.
Oh, of course.
When asked about, were you surprised that the timeout didn't come? And Caleb just goes, surprised, long pause. I mean, we could have called the timeout. We could not call the timeout. It is what it is. I got to make a play. Like, I'm watching Flus, and I'm in actual disbelief that I woke up this morning. Like, y'all don't even know, dog. I literally am having dreams of, like, waking up to texts that Matt Eberflus has been fired.
Please.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm dreaming about this last night. I'm waking up, sitting here going, this is the most unbelievable situation I've seen the Chicago Bears be. And there's a stat. Let me see if I can find this stat here on Twitter from this was from a guy on the Associated Press. And basically it lists the coaches who have been in one-score games. I'm trying to see if I can pull this stat up here. I don't know if they just got this here. But basically, here it is from John Dubow from the Associated Press. 221 coaches have had 20-plus career games decided by 7 points or fewer. 221.
Big number.
When I say generational, I mean generational, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Eberflus is now 5-19 with a win percentage. When he typed this stat out, he said 5-17, but I think those numbers are wrong there. But a win percentage of 227. I don't know what the win percentage on 5-19 is, but I tell you it's worse. With a win percentage of 227 in those games. You know where that ranks among 221 coaches?
Would that be one back?
Oh no. Oh, that is 221st.
Oh, I meant the worst. Yeah,
the worst. Yes, the worst. Yeah.
Thank you. No, you're right. Yeah.
221 of 221 in NFL history.
Amazing.
That's your head coach.
Legendary.
That's the guy leading the way.
Epic.
And yet, here's the worst part of all of this, JC. He may be here tomorrow. That's the worst part.
That's even more legendary, actually.
Legitimately, it kind of is, right? Like if we're talking about generational, generational, you know what I mean?
He's still here despite everything he's done.
But it's one of those things for me where I look at everything he's done to sabotage this team over 2 years. Let's be real. Take this game out, because to me, this game is just a tie, right? At a minimum, you were playing for a tie.
Yeah.
But 4 other times this season, your coaching staff has put you in a position where you've lost games. Games that the players have put you on a spot to win. Now, I guess the Washington game is kind of a player also screwed you over there as well. But hey, we just love holding on to those timeouts, don't we?
Wow, yeah.
4 games this year lost from the coaching staff. 3 games last year lost from the coaching staff. You're in the playoffs 2 years in a row. That's 10-7, and right now you'd be sitting at 8-4. You're in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Although in this division, maybe just in the hunt.
No, we're in the hunt.
We're in the hunt, baby, at 4-8. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
But think about that. With just a little bit of competency at the end of a game, you're in the playoffs 2 years in a row. That's unbelievable to be able to definitively look at your coaching staff and go, this is because of you. Like, I literally, this season, now I will say this, right? And we'll talk about this with Caleb Williams. In this game, first half of 34 yards, unacceptable. Right?
Oh, no, it was a bad first half.
C-Dub said it yesterday. You know, throws are erring. I can't even tell you if the play calling was bad because I didn't see enough play calling to see if it was bad. I mean, you couldn't run the football in the slightest. DeAndre Swift is basically a dead dog with a half dead dog, I should say, waiting for a bullet to put him down. But there's nothing there in the run game. Roschon Johnson ended up going out with a concussion, but you have all of these moments where you're sitting there in the first half and you're just like, this is horrible. We were talking movies.
That's how bad it was.
We finished out an entire quarter of the game talking movies. I'm not saying that this is 110% on Matt Eberflus. If the players make plays in the first half, we have a different game. But I'm dealing with a rookie quarterback behind a mediocre offensive line who, man, and listen, the sacks that he was taking yesterday, Caleb, you got to be better. We can call him out on that, except that last one. That last one was nuts.
That was crazy.
That last one was insane.
I don't know whatsoever.
I don't know what the heck that was. But when you have those you have all of those situations. Your coach in the biggest moments has to be the one not to shoot you in the foot. When you get your rookie quarterback driving down the field, he scores 3 touchdowns in the second half. He's being uber efficient. Now all of a sudden the flip has switched on. You don't care about the first half if you dominate the second half. Here we go. Boom. We're moving. We're grooving. Oh, we got a chance to tie this game and take it to overtime after everything versus the best team in the freaking NFL. Here we go. Hold on, Matt Eberflus. What's that in your hand? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Bow.
Another shot.
Whoa, are things going well? Let's calm that down.
Let's bump the brakes on that. Don't you do? They call me Matt Eberflus.
And even if we're sitting there, right, and we're talking about, well, the players got to not jump for false starts. They have to set the pick play right. They have to. That goes back to practice.
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to coaching.
Discipline, yeah.
That goes back to discipline. That goes back to your standards.
Yep.
Your standards are the juice that's on the top of the trash can. That trash can lid juice, if you will. That's the Bears standard right now.
Gross, that residue.
That odd water that you're not sure how it got there because it hasn't rained in like 3 days. You know what I mean? Yeah, like there's no water out here. Why is this juicy substance on top of this trash can?
Jesus.
Your standards is sexy red bath water.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Just a little film on top. Just a little film on top.
I don't know.
I don't know what else you need to see. And yet, JC, at the end of all of that, he may be here tomorrow.
No, he may be here tomorrow.
Next Sunday.
It's again, it's laughable. Like I said, at this point, it's not even painful. We've gone through the different stages of grief so much. It's acceptance now for Bears fans. We're so used to this, and I think the organization is trying to make sure that we're used to it. You know, if he isn't out of the building today or in the next 24 hours, I mean, there's something just completely wrong with the thinking on do we want to win and how does it look? Again, you know, going back to what your point was about the fact that, you know, there's a standard here that we're trying to get to. He doesn't fit that standard. He hasn't fit that standard since last year. You gave him a little grace because you said, okay, well, the defense improved. Now the defense is regressing. You still have most of your guys out there that impacted the defense at the beginning of the year. Your defense is regressing. As you said, they're not playing for him. You can tell that the team is not giving 100% on one side of the ball. So now the other side of the ball, which we talked about being the team, being part of the phase of the game that would probably have to carry the team throughout the wins through this season would be the defense. Now you're seeing the offense actually carrying their own load. But now they're constantly still having to be in shootouts because the defense is like, what are we playing for?
Yeah.
We're playing for a coach that doesn't know what he's doing. We're playing for a coach that doesn't put us in a position to win. And that's the sad part is you're keeping a guy around that is going to constantly take you out of positions to win on a historical level.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't want that. You shouldn't want that. You shouldn't want that for your fans, the city. You shouldn't want that as a reputation. But unfortunately, you have this thing where it's like it's honorable. It's a badge of honor. It's this gold star that the McCaskies hold high up on their plaque in whatever room they got where it says, we don't fire anybody until the offseason. We're standing to that.
Yeah.
If anything else, we're standing. We don't fire head coaches, rather. And that's a horrible track record. You need to break that.
It's, bro, and I think here's the thing, right? I almost get, listen, I understand what Ryan Poles is trying to set the standard of this building to be. I do, right? You don't want coaches to believe that when things get tough, you're willing to move on from them, right? That's a Cleveland Browns mentality. That is, well, but here's the thing, right? You don't want it to be, you know, when you're trying to hire the next guy, yo, if it gets ugly here, we're willing to go through it with you. We'll work with you. We're not going to fire you on a whim, but you've seen it. this is at a minimum year 2 of Matt Eberflus. Because I say all the time, don't I? Year 1 is a success. Your goal was to win 3 games.
Yeah, you did that.
You did that.
Probably on purpose.
You walked in the right, which is why you're probably giving him more time, because you walk in with him and you go, listen, Matt, I'm giving you nothing. In fact, I'm taking away from you. We are going to make this the worst football team that we can, and you have to make sure that nobody murders each other in that building. Tough job. All right. Okay. All right. I got you. All right. Let's do it. All right, let's go. Let's go, Crusher. Let's get it. I'm on board, Razor. I'm here for you. I got you. Year 2. Some improvements are made, but we see some concerning things on the coaching tip. Yeah, it cost us 3 games. We probably could have been a playoff team, but got the number 1 pick and the number 9 pick. While it's bad, I'm going to set you up with a team next year to go out there and do something. Year 3. Now, he kind of screwed you on the offensive line, Matt Eberflus. I do believe that. But you've had enough to win. You've had enough to literally beat 4 of the best, although the Washington may be a little fraudulent right now, but 4 of the best teams in the NFL. And you've been the one with the gun in your hand, blowing a hole in your foot. You've been the one putting your team in a position where they're sitting around going, who calls that? And so, like, when I see those moments, I understand, hey, we're not going to fire you when things get tough. But my favorite quote from Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Yep.
This is who Matt Eberflus is. The worst coach in 1-score games in NFL history. And you're telling me you want that leading this locker room the rest of the way? The rest of the way? I had a stroke there. Y'all heard that? That was crazy.
Hey, that's what he does to us.
That's what he's doing, man. By the way, we skipped over a few of these here, but over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. Over 300 in the chat. Over 400 in the chat. Over 500.
Hey, all right.
Sorry about that, JC. We got to
a lot of pumps there.
we gotta get to those a little bit quicker so that you're not exerting yourself too much there.
Yeah, a little tired there, but it's okay. I can endure just like Eberflus. I can endure, but no,
I can endure just like Eberflus.
He's endured everything. I told you, he's the cockroach of coaches. Like the man just still lives on.
Dennis Moody came in swinging.
What do you have to say? What's going on?
What about you turkey stuff though? I'm like, God,
oh boy, goodness gracious. And to your point, like there's levels to this. When you say, okay, yeah, the organization, well, you know what, we don't fire people even if they go through tough times. We've seen that era already with Eberflus. We're not at the point where he's just going through a tough time. When you start putting the label of generational loser on a coach, you're past going through a tough time and just giving him a pat on the back or a slap on the wrist. This is all-time greatness that we're seeing here on the negative side.
Hey, Todd,
he's the
you got to throw him up. You got to throw him up there with like, oof. You got to throw him in a category with like Jamarcus Russell.
Yes.
You got to throw him in a category with Kwame Brown.
Oh, yes.
You got to throw him in a category with some great busts of all time. Is Mitch Trubisky?
Ryan Leaf.
Nah, Mitch Trubisky won, bro. I can't even throw Mitch in that mud. Or Ryan Leaf, if you will. Oh.
Bro, what are some other names? Yeah, my good. What's the number 1 pick that went to the Cleveland Cavaliers that was going to play with?
You got to throw him in there with Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett, yeah. Like literally, these are some of the worst names in sports. He has to be up there. He is a GOAT of bad. He is one of the GOATs. You want that around?
What's that mean?
We're at the point that we have the greatest of all time.
What's that point where Buddy where Buddy's talking about LeBron James. He's just like, he's the GOAT.
Oh yeah, that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. That's like that. That's what he is. He is the greatest of all time at suck.
God.
That's what he does. You should expect it at this point. We shouldn't have hangovers from Sunday to Monday anymore. You should expect this.
The Jordan of suck is crazy there, Roddy.
The Jordan of suck.
Is that a pause? That feels like a pause.
What?
The Jordan of suck feels like
We'll move past that real quick then.
Hey, listen.
Sam Bowie. Yes. I love the names now. Yes.
Are we talking about the Jordan of suck? Oh, Corinne Steffens, calm down.
Hello. Whoa.
Hey, oh, how do you know that, Jordan? Moving on.
Moving like Caleb in the pocket. My goodness, it's just bad. It really is bad. In all seriousness, like you have nothing else that you need to see. We've seen enough for the last 3 weeks. We've seen enough for the last 2 months. We've seen enough for the entirety of his resume. Like we've seen enough.
Yeah.
Why haven't you seen enough, Ryan Poles? Why haven't you seen enough, McCaskey or Virginia? Well, like, why haven't you all?
Virginia? We're going at Virginia.
I'm going at Virginia. I love Virginia to death, but my goodness, why haven't you seen it?
Virginia's 101, dog. We going at Virginia. Virginia, this is audio.
All right. I'll give Virginia some grace. All right, never mind. I'll back up off Virginia.
Bro, what's the from WWE for the wrestling fans in the chat when was it Stone Cold? I'm trying to remember. Somebody like RKO'd Vince McMahon's mom. No. Oh,
like something Stone Cold would do.
Slammed it through the table. Hold on.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Bro, no, this is for real. But see, like I wasn't like super up on all of the wrestling back then, but I remember watching this. Like, they just slammed that old lady through a table. Who slammed her through the table?
Like, this is utterly ridiculous,
bro.
dude.
This is a real. I'm trying to remember. The Undertaker choke slams Shane McMahon. No, somebody watch wrestling in here. Where's Baki at?
I was gonna say, where's Ringo when you need him, man?
Bro? Where's Ringo when we need him, bro?
Good Lord, no, it's comedy at this point. It is straight up comical to have the worst at
the Dudley Boys. Yes, the Dudley Boys slammed it to the table. I was just sitting there.
They did that.
Hey, bro, watch the video. That's gonna be C-Dub with Virginia if we don't fix this.
I'm not mad anymore.
I'm not mad. You ruined it, you son of a.
And that was an epic angle. He just lost it at that point.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Dub is a movie character, bro. When that mug was sitting there,
I told you.
Throw it. No, what did he say? Get to it.
Get to it. Right. You
to it.
They're running the play. They're running the play. What do you want him to do? They get to it then.
No, he did get to it slow. By the third get to it, I was done. Bubba Ray power bombs Mae Young through the table. Yeah, looked at him. She was like 80 years old, bro.
Oh my goodness! Shout out to y'all for doing that. That's epic. That is epic.
Oh, bro.
All you can do is laugh.
Hey, man, we're going to keep this thing moving along, though, man. Let us know if you think Ryan Poles will move on from Matt Eberflus, or if we're riding this roller coaster till the end of the season. Wow, that'll be nuts. There's so many more games left.
There's no way he gets past this week.
There's so many more games. Here's the thing. If you don't fire him today, he's not getting fired.
Right. What other excuse do you have?
If you don't fire him today, he will be here till the end of the season.
I guarantee you there's going if he stays, they're going to find another way to lose that we haven't seen yet. There's going to be some kind of way to lose that we haven't seen yet.
Somebody called into the post game show last night and was like, is there another one left? Like, what are we going to lose on a safety?
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, this is true. It's impressive, bro. Like you said, the Jordan of suck, bro. The Jordan of suck. We're going to take a quick break, listen into a word from our sponsors. We'll be back right on the other side, because I do want to talk about the fact that we are seeing Caleb Williams do things we've never seen in the Chicago Bears jersey. And why that's even more impressive after the conversation we just had. We'll talk about all that and more coming up next, right after this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Just in case you're wondering, Dub. And apparently this has happened multiple times.
Yeah. She just laid out dead. Why does he look like that?
Bro, this ain't even the best one. That's the funny part about it, bro. Like, it happens like she came back after this and then he did it again.
It's the same facial expression. Like he just didn't mean to do it or something. Like, what was this tail face? Boy, I tell you, that was golden age of wrestling, boy.
Oh, we gotta make sure Dub stay away from Hallis Hall, bro. Keep Dub away from Hallis Hall, bro. That's a dangerous man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Oh, man. Let's talk about some good, Dub. No, I'm sorry, JC. Sorry. That was the Dudley Boys.
No, actually, people always think we're the same person all the time.
That's concerning, actually. That means they can't see because he's like 3 shades darker than you and Dominican hair. Like,
different hair, yeah.
It makes no sense. Yesterday was not all bad.
No.
We went from talking about our favorite 80s and 90s movies in the first half of the game.
That was fun. That was very fun.
That was a great conversation. I'm not going to lie.
Nice.
To seeing some of the best football we may have seen in a Bears uniform outside of maybe some Super Bowl years, offensively, I'll say.
Yeah.
Outside of some Super Bowl years, maybe a little with Jay Cutler, and seeing that from a rookie quarterback. I think Keenan Allen is alive. I think that DJ Moore has woken up. I think that Thomas Brown made some really good adjustments from one half to the next. And that's what the offense had been asking for. And you've got a rookie quarterback looking amazing in one of the worst coaching situations I've ever seen in the NFL. Now, that's not to say he is without blemish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's a throw to DJ Moore at the end of that game that we're not having this conversation if he makes. DJ Moore coming across the middle. You hit that pass. It might be a walk-in touchdown.
Yep.
And Caleb missed it.
Yep.
Absolutely missed it.
Plain as day. Yeah.
You can't miss it. But still having the opportunity to overcome that, if you call that timeout, what does he do on the other side of that? You've got a quarterback that can overcome some of the biggest issues I think that I've ever seen from a Chicago Bears coaching staff on a consistent basis. And realistically speaking, we've seen quarterbacks over the last 2 quarterbacks that have been here that just couldn't.
Yeah.
That's a difference maker. And what we're seeing out of Caleb Williams, dominating the rookie touchdown record now. He is the sole owner of that. He also has thrown, I think we're up, I don't remember what he's at now. He's continuing to set the record, but definitely over 212 passes when they showed the stat of not throwing an interception. That was a Bears franchise record and an NFL record. You're seeing some great things out of this young man.
You are. Yeah. You're seeing some really, really good things. And I mean, just to go back to the stats, man, I mean, there's a tweet by Jordy Bear. Caleb Williams is now on track for the season to have 3,700 passing yards, 535 rushing, 20 passing touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. If you were to tell me at the beginning of the season that Caleb Williams were to have that stat line with the chaos around him, with the lack of a head coach, with the lack
second
of
offensive coordinator.
Yes, second offensive coordinator. Would you be happy, Bears fans? I know I would be. You have a quarterback that is winning personally and actually evolving and maturing despite everything around him trying to look and make him worse. The offensive line is not as good as it needs to be. The head coach clearly is not as good as it needs to be. The initial offensive coordinator, get on out of here. You don't.
Oh boy, really been balling since I left, haven't you? Oh, can I stay with you?
Didn't think you get past 2,200.
Can I stay with you?
I have no place. Jeez, it's I mean, everything in spite of everything around him, he has shown himself to get better and better and better. And what's more impressive to me is the last 3 games. You're going against division rivals in Green Bay. Yes, we've lost. We can talk about the fact that there's been blunders, specifically on Caleb. It's his fault. Yes, he takes too many sacks. Sometimes he has moments where he stays and just waits way too long. The protection is there, and he's just held the ball on that ball way too long. He was trying to make something
bad
out
with
of
that
nothing.
yesterday.
He was horrible with that yesterday. Yeah. And that bit him a few times. And even in the previous game in Minnesota, we saw that kind of kill him when they went into overtime. And so my thing is, yes, you're seeing more improvement than a lack thereof, or than regression. And we can clearly see that, yes, he is the true Bears junkie. Yes, that this is someone that we can build around. We don't have to worry about that position finally for the foreseeable future. Now it's just a matter of getting the right pieces around him, including leadership, to make him more constant, more consistent, and just more special. Because, yes, these numbers are amazing, in my opinion. When you're going up against top defenses that are looking to constantly create pressure because they know your weaknesses, and you're still doing these things in spite of that, you're coming out in the second half and you throw 3 touchdowns against the Detroit Lions team that has been completely eviscerating every other team lately. We what did we joke? We said, oh, man, the Bears might score 30 this game, but that means that the Detroit Lions probably will score 60. We didn't think it would be this close. Like, we did not think that it would come down to the Bears almost winning once again and being in a position to actually get the victory. So, again, yes, impressive. It's all about, again, the development of Caleb going into the end of this season.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, listen, here's the big thing for me. This is there are things he needs to improve upon, but that's called being a rookie.
Yep.
He holds the football too long. 5 sacks yesterday. I'd say what would we say? 4 of them are on him.
Yeah,
at least 3.
Yeah,
At least 3 are on him. Maybe 3. But even so, 3 sacks shouldn't be on you, right? Like we're talking about too often, him holding that football too long, standing back there dancing, trying to make a play downfield. Or right, the one he just made the wrong read. So I guess 4 of them on it. One, he just absolutely terrible read. Should have handed the football off to DJ Moore on the end around. Tried to take it up himself and get the deep shot to Rome. Rome double bracketed over the top, and it was like, okay, there's nothing to throw there. You know what I mean? But outside of that, a second half, and consistently we're seeing things like this: 15 for 24, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns, 132 quarterback rating. And you took the ball out of that guy's hands.
Imagine getting a whole game of those type of stats.
That is the point you got to get to, right? Too much inconsistency between one half and another. But again, right, like you have to grow, you have to develop, you have to. My favorite thing that Mike Tomlin has said, he said it on the Pivot podcast, you have to coach. Don't run away from coaching.
You said Thomas Brown?
I said Mike Tomlin, not Thomas Brown.
Okay,
I did not
say
sorry.
Thomas Brown. I didn't hear you there.
You stop yourself.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh boy. You know what's crazy? Andrew Whitworth tweeted out yesterday, and he was like, NFL execs, I hope you're watching. Thomas Brown is a head coach. I've always gotten Mike Tomlin vibes from him. And I'm like, let's stop with the racism.
Right.
Let's stop it.
It's not
he's
racist.
just black, has eyes and a beard. He's not Mike Tomlin.
Come on now. Come on. Accept it.
By the way, over 600 in the chair.
Oh,
600. But yeah, just seeing all of the continued development in a situation that I've watched other quarterbacks crumple in. That to me tells me all I need to know about this young man. We've seen this. And the Bears fans that don't want to accept it, that this kid is the truth, like, dog, open your eyes. We've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched quarterbacks in this situation eviscerate. Just crumple in front of our eyes. And we go,
not
he
even
used to
come
be
close.
good. I swear he could play. I remember he had a quick throwing motion and all these things. I swear he used to be able to play.
Yeah. Quick throwing motion.
Like I can see in situations that have literally killed people we've put in those spots, him still finding a way to go, you know what? We just got to make the next play. We just got to make the next play. We're so jaded by it that anytime when we saw the play on the one, who commented in yesterday? Somebody commented in yesterday. I think her name was Annie. We're at 3rd and 7. And kid goes, we got to go for it on 4th down.
It was Annie, yeah.
And I'm like, we're debating whether we got to go for it on 4th down. We ain't running 3rd down play yet. DJ Moore gets the 3rd down, gets the 1st down and gets 20 yards.
Yeah.
We're so used to seeing a quarterback in 3rd and 7 not be able to get the job done. This kid's getting the job done. Penalty. Oh, offensive line pushing you back 5 yards. Dang it. All right. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Boom. Let's make a play. Roma Dunze over the middle. Oh, wow. All of a sudden, right, we've got the quarterback that can get you the extra 15 yards that you need in that moment. We've got the quarterback that can get you to the spot where it puts the field goal kicker on the field to win a ball game. Blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. There's so many, bro. I'm telling you right now, dog. There's so many iconic calls for other teams on us this season. The radio guys have got to be excited going into every game. Just like,
oh yeah, they'll have.
What am I gonna call today?
Oh boy.
But yeah, man. Like I when I watch this young man play, and yes, right now it does have to be more of the short passes. It does have to be more of the dinking and dunking down the field. But it works. It just works.
Yeah.
He is able to figure it out. And if not for a head coach who seems to just love to pull the old, the old bang bang out and just take it and shoot him dead in the leg,
You're doing too good.
We're literally in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's insane. I love what we're seeing out of this young man, and I think that, as crazy as it is to say, because I always see, if they don't fire Flus, Ryan Poles can go too. Let's be a little careful on the guy that may have delivered us our generational quarterback.
Yeah, and of course I've always said, and I've even you've said, it's always interesting when you throw that wording around. Even though we definitely use it with Eberflus because he is literally great at what he does best, which is losing. But generational for Caleb, to me, there's a possibility of that because of everything that he's already doing now. When you have all of this turmoil and you're still growing, you're still getting better. The lack of an offensive line and head coach usually would take a quarterback down. When you don't have protection and a leader that puts you in a position to win, those are the two most important recipes for success for a quarterback. You have neither. You have neither. And you're doing a good job of trying to navigate this chaos your rookie season. Kudos to you. You're continuing to learn. You're continuing to manage the play calling. You got to do last-second plays because you even know, hey, the time is going down, so I got to throw something out there that'll get us at least a chance to win. So you see the IQs there. You see the efficiency is going to grow continually. You see that he is going to be special. It's just a matter of getting a few more things right with this organization. And again, you hope that it starts this week. Get this right. It's not hard. This guy is quarterback one. He is going to be here for a minute. Just get it right by letting go of the poison this week. Detach yourself from the chaos.
It's so crazy, right? Because I said this last night, and somebody called in and was like, firing Flus doesn't do anything. It doesn't, move the needle in any way. And I talked about, Thomas Brown stepping in and possibly seeing him as a head coach. And Jeff Meller was like, maybe you get a bump, but I don't want it to be that Thomas Brown wins and now all of a sudden he's just the obvious answer for head coach heading into next season. He doesn't want an Antonio Pierce situation, right? And he said maybe you get a little bump for the rest of the year, but it doesn't move the needle in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And my response to that was, because I think a lot of Bears fans feel that way. My response to that was, if Thomas Brown wins out, you should still do a coaching search. If he wins out, you should still go talk to Mike Vrabel. You should still go talk to Bill Belichick. You should still go talk to Ben Johnson. You should because that's you want the best guy for your guy.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter what. No matter how, if he wins, if he finishes the season 9-8, picks up the pieces, all of a sudden we're talking about this team actually being in the hunt. You still should go out and do a head coaching search. He is included in that. But a bump to the rest of this season is wins. You're a bump away from wins. You're lost to 3 of the best teams in the NFL by 3 in every single game. So if Thomas Brown provides a bump, that means you're winning games.
Yep.
That means you've got the answers. Because Flus ain't got them. And that's why I want to see it. Because guess what? Thomas Brown, good offensive coordinator. I don't know if he's a good head coach. I don't know what his time management is like. I don't know how he challenges plays. I don't know if he is a head coach and he's a good coordinator.
Hasn't been one yet. You're right.
So we can't just sit there and go, no, this guy's the answer. I get it. He gives off the vibes. Vibes don't win games. Making the right call in crunch time moments win games. Making the right adjustments win games. And so that's why, to me, every time, right, we talk about the Bears going out there and possibly, bringing Thomas Brown in as this head coach. Make no mistake, you got to go still do a coaching search, because I don't care if he wins 9 games. I know Mike Vrabel was 1 quarterback away from going to a Super Bowl.
There you go.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what happens if I give you the quarterback?
Might go to the Super Bowl. One can dream. One can dream.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Do yourself just due diligence, basically. Don't sit on your hands. Now I know I haven't even joked. I would like to see Thomas Brown at least get a chance. But I mean, even if we go a different route and say, you know what, Mike Vrabel, here's your team. You know, Thomas Brown, maybe you keep him at OC. Maybe you know that's one of the persons that you keep because of what he has shown you. You know, you don't want
OC?
Huh?
I said assistant head coach and OC, maybe.
Assistant head coach and OC would be fine with me. Just keep the talent and keep competency in the building. Don't let it just leave. I understand other teams will probably be clamoring for, oh my goodness, with all the chaos, Thomas Brown did that. Did you see Caleb and how he performed against some really top defenses when they switched OCs? Yeah, that's awesome. But again, do yourself a good service and do your due diligence by going out and trying to find the best at those positions, the best at OL, the best at head coach. That's what we want.
Just don't do what you did last year. That's really what it comes down to. Don't just go, is Jim Harbaugh available? We're not calling.
Jim? Is Jim there?
Even if he hangs up. Even if, hey, Jim, how's it going? Chicago Bears. Hello?
The Dave Chappelle skit.
Hello?
I have 5 black. Hello?
At least do your due diligence.
Come on, man.
I don't care if Thomas Brown, maybe he is the answer. Maybe at the end of the season, we're watching him and the Bears actually fire Flus and they put him in place and they're eviscerating head coach. Maybe they do.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, I don't want to get to the end of the season. Even then, if he's cooking and we look at Caleb Williams and go, okay, well, Thomas Brown seems like he's a good piece. We're just going to hire him instead of actually going out and doing a coaching search. Like, that doesn't make sense either. Because you're not trying to get your team the best. You've been bargain bin shopping all this time. This is a kid you don't need to bargain bin shop for. You go get him the Ferrari of offensive line. You go get him the Ducati of is Ducati a great bike? I think it's a great bike. You go get him the Ducati of
Harley Davidson, you know,
of head coaches. You go out there and you get, I'm just naming stuff I hear in rap songs. You go get him the, you know what I mean? The Balenciaga of offensive coordinators. You know what I mean?
Rolls Royce, yes.
You go get him the roles of running backs.
Oh boy.
In the draft. In the 4th round. Very specific on that one.
I don't know if that'll be a roast, but all right.
No, there's some great running backs out of the 4th round.
Ashton Genty.
Now listen. Nah, I don't say go. I don't say draft running backs. Y'all know me. I'm not.
But
hey, look, Ashton Genty that's a monster.
Oh baby.
Now, you use them for 4 years and then you go find the next monster. But
4 years is crazy.
Hey, I'm straight up franchise tag, baby. Ashton Genty is different. That mug is a monster.
Oh boy.
That may be the saving grace. You know what? That would piss me off though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because he has to be a first round.
First round, we like, all right, baby, let's get first round left tackle. Ashton Genty.
How about Matt Eberflus?
Oh, dog. Somebody cut DeAndre Swift. Hey, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. This is pretty much it today for content. We'll drop clips and stuff like that, but take a little break, take a little day off. You know what I mean? We'll relax a little bit. Unless something breaks. Matt Eberflus gets fired, we'll be back.
Boy, yeah, I'll be on.
No, we're throwing stuff on the way. Just what's that one video where like the SWAT team breaks in the house and they just breaking stuff unnecessarily? It's just like just throwing stuff around the house.
That's hilarious. hilarious.
Man. But no, man, we'll be back if anything major breaks. Of course, hit that like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the page. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace.
Oh boy. I
Y'all
need
thought I
breaking
forgot,
news.
but
Uh-oh.
I do have it on good authority that
Oh, baby.
Kyle Shanahan absolutely puts puppies in bags.
Oh, come on, Cal. Come on, Cal. That's too far.
Then
That's too
shakes.
far, Cal.
Then he shakes the bag.
Oh no, he shakes
Then he
it?
shakes the bag. Oh yeah, he's giving them that shaking puppy syndrome.
No, we can get him out of there.
Get him
Get
out
him
of
out of San Fran. Bring him to Chicago.